Hi, friends. My name is Marina Shepelsky. I'm a New York and New Jersey admitted attorney practicing immigration and divorce law. And today I want to talk about the most Googled questions online about what lawyers do, about the legal field, and to give you my responses and to see what you guys have to say about it. So drop your answer in the comments, drop any comments in the comments, because I'm actually interested in hearing from you. Before I get right into it, I ask you to please become a subscriber to our channel, a follower. Give us a like if you like this video. This will tell my team and myself that we should keep doing these kinds of videos for your entertainment and for your knowledge, and just to give you some really good information. So on that note, I'll get right to my video.
Why become an immigration lawyer?
This is like a long answer, but basically, I'm an immigrant myself, so I personally became an immigration attorney to help other immigrants legalize in the United States and make their American dream come true. Because I and my family have gone through this same process, and I still remember and know how it felt when you come to this country. You read a lot about it, about all the opportunities, the land of the free and the home of the brave, and how hard it is when you're starting out and you're not even yet legalized to function here. When you don't have a social, you don't have a work permit, you don't have the right to work legally, even if you are like a doctor from your country, but you don't have a work authorization, there's no legal work for you. That means the only thing you could do is babysit, clean, work on a farm, be like a mover, work in construction, maybe a driver somewhere. Even for driving, you need a local driver's license. So it's really hard to function when you're illegal, you don't have papers. I wanted to make it easier for other people. I like taking the most complex immigration laws and make them super simple and explain how things work to people. But for people who are not immigrants themselves, I think they love to make immigrants part of our American system. And immigrants make our country rich. They make our country smart. They bring new art, new economy, new taxpayers into our system. People who like to cook different foods, speak different languages, have different cultures of their own, but they become American. They learn the language and the culture, and they add themselves. This is our resource, people. People who are immigrants are a great resource of the United States, and we immigration lawyers love to help them.
How do lawyers get paid?
Lawyers can get paid in basically like 3 different ways. One, by hour. So let's say we charge $400 per hour for our work. We ask the client for a deposit or a down payment. That's called a retainer payment. Let's say we take $10,000. From there, we bill for our time spent on the case. So every email, phone call, letter that we do, we charge a minimal amount of time for, and we enter it in our billing system by the time spent multiplied by the $400 per hour. And we take that out from your deposit, and when we need more funds, it's called replenishing under your retainer. Second way to get paid is to do fixed fee or a flat legal fee. I could say to you, look, for your asylum case, we charge $11,000. We take a $5,000 deposit, that's called a retainer, and you can do the other $6,000 through financing. We don't charge interest, and we'll let you pay off by paying $1,000 per month for the next 6 months, and we'll put you on a payment plan. That's a fixed legal fee. And the third way to pay is called a contingency fee, meaning my payment depends or is contingent on or conditioned upon you winning your case. Now, if you win your case and you get $100,000, if I'm your personal injury attorney in New York or New Jersey, I'm allowed to charge you a contingency fee of 33.33% of what you won. If I'm your Social Security lawyer, I can take 25% of your Social Security arrears, whatever Social Security owes you, and they just pay you when you win, only when you win. in a lump sum, I'm allowed to take 25% plus certain fees out of your money. Contingent means depending on or conditioned upon. So contingency fee means a percentage of what you win in a case. You only pay on contingency if your lawyer won for you. So this creates a really high interest for your attorney to win your case. They're not going to be lazy about it. They're really going to fight because they will only get paid if you do.
Can lawyers have tattoos?
Yes, absolutely. However, do I think that if you go to court, you should have them visible? No, if you can cover up your tattoos, if you're an attorney, it's professional to do that. It's professional and it's a courtesy when you're in open court to cover up piercings, tattoos, things like that, but you don't have to. And as we move into this 22nd already century, everyone has a tattoo now, or piercing or whatever, and they don't always try to hide it. If it's like in a visible place, like on your hand or something, it's there. Women have tattoos sometimes on their legs. If you're wearing clear stockings, it's visible. The old school attorneys and judges still think you should cover them up, as do I.
Can lawyers represent themselves or their family?
Yes and yes. Lawyers can represent themselves. I have represented myself once or twice, but if it's a specialty that I don't work in, I will never take that case. Same goes for family. I can do, or let's say, a real estate closing for a family member, but if they need a divorce, even if I'm doing divorce law, I'm probably not going to take a close family member on as a client because it's going to affect our relationship. And I will be thinking of them not really neutrally, or not really in like, my analysis won't be the same as it would be when I represent someone I don't know and they're new to me. I think it's just hard. Like doctors don't operate on their parents or their loved ones. It's the same thing with lawyers. But yes, it's allowed to represent yourself and your family if you feel comfortable doing it. It's not illegal. You're absolutely allowed as an admitted attorney to represent your family and friends and even yourself in the jurisdiction where you're allowed to practice.
Why lawyers wear wigs?
First of all, in America, nobody wears wigs. I think wigs are like a legacy from the British legal system. And of course, Australia is still very much tied to UK and Great Britain in their legal system and their way. So attorneys in UK and in Australia wear wigs, and they're usually special attorney types. They're called barristers. Barristers are people who go to the bar, which means argue in open court. So attorneys who go to court and argue in open court are called barristers, and they wear wigs out of respect for the legal system. It's just a custom they have. In America, nobody wears wigs, and only judges usually wear the robes. In UK and Australia, lawyers wear the black robes too, and it's just part of their tradition and their system. And I'm not even sure how much of that is still true today, but I'm not practicing law in the UK, so I can't tell you. But in America, a lawyer is supposed to wear court-appropriate attire. For men, that means a suit and a tie with special shoes and a shirt, and you're not supposed to wear anything like purple or shiny or anything weird like that. Suits are usually in like blue, black, or brown colors. Shirts too. Your tie is not supposed to screw, golf or like have any curse words or Mickey Mouses on it. And even some attorneys who do wear it, it looks strange, to be honest with you. Again, maybe I'm old-fashioned and I don't know everything. Women are expected to wear a jacket or a business dress in court, or a business suit with pants, but it definitely has to be something that you would not wear to a beach, and you shouldn't wear beach wear to court.
What lawyers get paid the most?
I think that the highest payments are for attorneys who work for big corporations. I really think that even if, let's say, it's an attorney who works on contingency, like, for example, if it's somebody who does accident cases or contingency cases, and they're entitled to 33% of like $1 million or $2 million settlement, the lawyers who bill corporations and they're always like on retainer, constantly working for big companies, still make a lot more money than any other profession. Corporate attorneys bill, I think, the highest rates. Corporate attorneys work the most hours. They have the craziest schedules, especially when there's like let's say, a merger or acquisition going on. They work through the night, they work weekends and holidays. They bill for every little copy, every little thing they do. I have friends who work in big corporations or law firms that represent big corporations, and they're expected to bill for every little thing, including their dinner, including their copies, and they always have to enter the client code for that whenever they make a copy or buy anything in the cafeteria in their law firm. And they're expected to bill at least 8 hours a day, which means you have to do work for the client 8 hours per day. And that means you have to work like a good 10 hours to be able to bill 8, because you need time in your office to set up your computer, to have a cup of coffee, to go to the bathroom, to have some lunch. You cannot bill for that. You can only bill for the time you're actively working on the case. So to bill 8 hours a day is a lot of work. And the hourly fees for those attorneys are extremely high. They sometimes charge $800 per hour, $900, $1,000, $1,500 per hour. So those are the highest paid attorneys. I think in the second place are attorneys that work on contingencies and get a percentage of lawsuits. And they sometimes do, let's say, class action lawsuits. Like, for example, I used to work at a law firm where we represented consumers who sued credit card companies. Sometimes credit card companies would charge for credit history protection plans without getting permission from people using the credit cards. And some people don't even notice that they're paying those kinds of fees until it's too late. And then if you would call and ask them to remove those charges, they wouldn't do it. So then the law firm I was working at when I was in law school part-time, the paralegal got all those people together and sued the credit card companies in a class action lawsuit where they represented all of these consumers that had these problems. And the court ordered this law firm to be paid a certain percentage of whatever they decided was damages, which was millions and millions of dollars. That kind of fee, of course, was a contingency fee as well. And those people got paid a lot, many, many millions of dollars when the matter settled. So this concludes my video about the most commonly Googled questions about lawyers and the legal field. I hope you stay tuned for more videos from us about law, about lawyers, the legal profession, and of course my specialties, which are immigration and family law. Stay tuned. Bye-bye.